Is it too late to say New Year, Happy New Year, or we can still say Happy New Year until February 14th? What do you guys think? I know most of you on this call, and I know your voices. Lydia, and then I'm coming to you, Caro. Caro Sandra, is it too late to say Happy New Year, or we are still in good time to wish each other a Happy New Year? Or it's no longer a New Year?
Happy New Year still.
So it still applies, eh?
For the next 2 or 3 days.
That's interesting. So let's just open the discussion as we roll on. When we are looking at making changes stick, what are some of the things that you are hoping that Liz is going to cover that you are challenged in or struggling with, or you're looking to improve? So feel free to unmute and share, or you can share in the chat section. What is it that you are looking to challenge yourself this year? Ladies, I know you are not shy. Felicity, I'll pick on you again. What are you hoping to challenge yourself on this year that perhaps in the previous years you've been trying to change, but up and apale? What could that be?
Oh gosh, Christine.
Yes, ma'am.
What am I trying to change? For this year, I would say, I think for me, I've been trying to change my diet, my nutrition, and every time I try, I always fail. As in, so I was trying to look for something that can stick, and also probably trying to save. Because then and I start saving, then I spend the money, then back again, so it doesn't stick.
That's interesting. So you're looking to change that this year?
Yes.
I'm sure when it comes to matters, diet, and making that full transformation, Liz, our coach Liz today has a full-on real-life story of her own story. So I know that is something possible, and from her we'll be able to learn something. And I know me and you are in the same running group, so I know that you're making the effort, and the only way is to keep at it, isn't it?
Yes.
Fantastic. All the best.
Thank you.
Lydia, you're saying something. Lydia?
Oh, thank you. I'm really looking to, I'll call it wealth creation for me. That because I think I'm past the saving stage. That at least I just have money working for me and my generation, one. And then 2, healthy living. I think that is now beyond losing weight, like being healthy. Thank you.
That's a good one. Because then, over the years, a lot of us, it's been, okay, I tried this, then I'm trying to lose weight, and then the whole process is just demoralizing and all that. So then doing something that is consistent, something that you like to do, things that you love to eat, continue to eat the things that you love, but probably I'm not the expert. I'll let Coach Liz cover that. But yeah, that's a good goal to have, and wealth creation for sure for all of us in our 30s, 40s, and 50s now. So definitely that's a goal for most of us. Thanks for sharing. Let me pick on Wamoyo Meg, who was the first one to sign up for this session. Wamoyo, what are your hopes and dreams? What are you hoping to learn today?
Good evening, Christine. Oh, I was the first one.
Yes.
Wow, good to be here. One of the things that I'm really trying to work on is to spend less time on the socials.
Wow.
WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, unless it's really making me some, let me not say money, but yeah, you know what I mean? I don't want to keep wasting time there. So I'm really working on that.
Okay.
I'm also trying to do better in terms of my career. I believe I'm not too old to do that. So I want to be intentional this year doing that. I'm also working on being emotionally stable.
Emotionally
Nisikuwe-
stable. That's heavy. Is it hormones? Is it life? Is it what?
Yeah, nisikuwe nakasirika na vitu ndogo ndogo. Self-control.
That's interesting. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Which is
Yeah.
to go to app? Where are you struggling? TikTok, Facebook, YouTube? Where are you at
Um,
midnight?
I've been I've been checking on my timings on what I use most on WhatsApp. WhatsApp I use quite a number of hours in it, like
A lot of hours on it.
4 hours, like 3 hours, 4 hours sometimes.
Okay.
And I'm not sure it's productive use of WhatsApp. So for Instagram and Facebook, I've been able to put a timer and it has worked. But
Okay.
WhatsApp, I'm still struggling so much.
I see. I hope you're going to get some tips today.
I hope so.
All right, all the best.
Thanks.
All right, let me pick on somebody else. If I can pick on, as we're waiting to have a bit more quorum and then we can start the session. Let me pick on, let me see who I can pick their spirit that they're hoping I will not pick them. Elizabeth Kemunto, happy 2 years. How have you been?
Ah, Christine, you're so funny.
You see?
I'm well. Allow me
Karibu,
to put my
karibu.
camera off.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's been a minute.
It has been
It's
quite a
been
while, actually.
yes, life has happened.
Mm.
Actually, the session interests me because I used to be a serious fit sister.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I was disciplined like a nonsense.
How is that coming
So
along?
life has happened, a lot of emotional baggage, a lot of life.
Okay.
Let's call it that. So I'm hoping to learn how to bounce back. Let me put it that way. How to get back on that wagon.
How to bounce
That's what I'm
back.
hoping for. Yes, how to, despite, sometimes when you've been at the top, let me put it that way.
Yeah.
When you've really, really been at it and very consistent, and then life just chappers you and you're now trying to pick yourself back up again. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm at that stage where it's a bit of a struggle to get
Yeah.
back up.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get tips to actually get back on that, workout and taking care of yourself.
Right.
Train. Let me put it that way.
Hey, all the best. I'm sure a lot of us can relate in terms of, life.
Mm.
Life did a number on a lot of us the past 1-2 years. And of course, everybody's story is different. So yeah, we are
Yeah.
looking for rhythm, momentum, anything. If there was a pill we could pop and just, go back to how highly motivated we were.
Yes, that would be a good one.
Yeah, actually, that is one of the things I'm hoping to learn from Walimu today. So I'm with you, and
Sure.
I'm hoping to see you fitter.
Yes.
Because a fit mind is a fit almost everything. So it starts also from there. Sindio?
Sure. Yeah, kabisa.
Sawa sawa. I know we
Sawa,
have
thank you.
Karibu. We have so many other people who we need to be in this session. We had over 30-40 people sign up. So I know we still have a bit of time. So let me hand it over to Miriam in the meantime to then just welcome you guys, ask a couple of questions as we send a few reminders to get people to hop onto the call. Miriam?
Thank you, Christine. Hi, everybody, and karibu sana today for this session. Some of you I know have attended several Supamamas events where we just gather moms to inform, inspire, and connect. We connect them to brands that are related to our mom life. We also connect them with the notable speakers that can inspire us, that can move us from where we are to a better place, like today, what we are doing with a wellness coach. And we are hoping to do more of this year. And we are glad that you have signed up to start the year with us. And we are open for suggestion on how we can even do it better. What topics do you want us to talk about? What areas of motherhood or womanhood would you want us to venture into, so that we can all grow together as mom, as women? And we are also going to be so big on our mental wellness, because wow, as moms, I think we carry a lot of weight, taking care of other people, taking care of our children, taking care of husbands, those who have husbands, and then sometimes probably we might forget to take care of ourselves. So we are hoping to also go big on the mental wellness space. So we are inviting you to go along with us this year, so that we can all be mentally, and intellectually healthy, even as we go about our other areas of life. So karibuni sana. Feel free to even ask any questions on the chat box as the speaker is ongoing, and we will have a Q&A session at the tail end of the the Zoom, so that the speaker can also tackle some of our questions that we might have that she has not tackled. So karibuni sana, we are glad to have you here. Back to you, Christine.
All right, looks like one of the things we normally try to do is to definitely start on time. I know we did promise that we'll start at 6:30, but as I'm seeing people trickling in, so allow us to start the session, and allow me to officially start off the session. Karibuni sana, my name is Christine of Supamamas, and that was my colleague Miriam, and of course we also have our other colleague Caro Sandra on the call. Our work at Supamamas is to create a platform where you come to be inspired, you come to connect with other moms, we come and learn so we can continue to grow, to be the most amazing moms we can be and grow in our professional lives, in our personal lives, in our lives as parents. So our work is to empower you, and of course to connect you to experts and people who then can empower and improve an aspect of your life. So let's look at the session for today, making changes stick. Did you know that around the world, the number of people who succeed in maintaining their New Year resolutions or the year resolutions, only 7% of people succeed? So a chunk of us fail when it comes to all these resolutions that we make. And that means that there has to be something that we need to change. I know a lot of us here, making resolutions is something we've done over the years, but it doesn't hurt to learn something new. And my hope today is that something is going to be triggered in you that you then are able to make lasting, a lasting change, to do those things that you need to do, small or big, that then will support these goals that you need to then achieve, or look at your goals at the end of the year, and then you are proud of what you have achieved. So our session today is about making changes stick, be it financial, be it health, be it anything to do with maybe like, what Meg had mentioned. Maybe there's an aspect of you just want to change this year. You want to be less angry, or you yell less at your children, or take your health to another level. Be serious about your health checks. I'm sure some of us need to have our hormone levels checked, because now in our late 30s, early 40s, going 50s, 60s, these are things that we need to start taking seriously. So the whole idea for today is how we can learn how to make changes stick. We are very, very blessed to have a sponsor today. We are so happy to have the Savannah Hospital. We're going to start us off on this session. The Savannah Hospital, I had an opportunity to visit it some 2 weeks ago. And I'll confess that I'd never heard of the Savannah Hospital. So perhaps if you could just take a quick poll around the room, in the chat section, can you tell us, have you ever heard of the Savannah Hospital, or this is the first time you are hearing about it? Just feel free to put it in the chat session. This will give Celestine and the team just a good, probably a feel if moms have heard of it or not. I know we are a small percentage, but still, but still it's a good opportunity for them to know that, you know, what people know about them. I see somebody has said yes. Caroline Zhao, if you can unmute and tell us, what do you know about the Savannah Hospital? How did you hear about it? Have you been there? Maybe Dr. Wachira delivered one of your 8 children. It's something maybe you can tell us? And I'm just joking. I'm not saying you have 7 children.
Actually, none of the above, but I think I've just seen a signage, not that I've experienced, but I've seen a signage, I think somewhere in Upper Hill. I'm not sure if it's the same.
Aha. There's one in Upper Hill. Actually, the one I went to was the one in Upper Hill, and I really, really liked it in terms of
Yes.
location, and it just looked, it's in the middle of all these tall buildings, and I'd never heard about it.
Yes.
So probably it's an opportunity
Okay.
for us to you know, to learn more about the hospital. So Caroline, you're saying you saw the signage.
Yes, I've seen the signage. I think there's one in Upper Hill and another one in town, but I haven't visited, but I've seen it and heard about it.
Okay, thanks for sharing. And Felicity, how did you hear about it?
I went to one of their clinics. I don't know if it's still there at Gilfillan House in town. I'm not sure if that clinic is still there.
Ah, so perhaps when Celeste
Yes, some time back.
Oh, that was some time back.
Yes.
We have Celestine here from the team. I'm sure she'll be able to let us know if the brand still exists, and if there are any other, you know, that have been opened around town or around the country.
Yeah.
So today we have the Savannah Hospital, the team from there. We really are grateful for their support. So then they'll take us through, of course, their wellness packages to support one of the key goals that we normally have as women, is in terms of wellness, that we are going to take better care of ourselves in terms of taking ourselves for those 2 tests, that we are going to do that. We are going to hear more from them, and then we'll take it up from there. I see Archie saying that she only knows of the Savannah coffee shop. Where? So today, at least you've heard of the Savannah Hospital, and we'll get to know more about them. So without further ado, I'll then allow me to invite Celestine. Celestine from the Savannah Hospital, we thank you so much and your team for supporting our session today. If you can take a few minutes to tell us a bit about the hospital, and then you'll hand it back to me to introduce the good doctor. Celestine?
Christine, how are you, Supamama?
Hi, Celestine. Karibu, karibu.
Asante sana. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who has joined this meeting. My name is Celestine Nasimiu. I am a marketing executive with the Savannah Hospital. It is good to hear your sentiments. I think most of you, now I can say 90%, have not heard of Savannah Hospital, and that's why we are here, to let you know that Savannah Hospital exists. So to my beautiful lady who is saying that she went to Gilfillan House. So Gilfillan House is now Pioneer House. Initially it was called Gilfillan House on Kenyatta Avenue, just next to I&M. If you've seen I&M, then you've seen Savannah. So Savannah, we have been doing or rather it's been known for the pharmacy, but if you go upstairs on mezzanine floor, you will find Savannah Hospital there. So we've been running the outpatient clinic for such a long time. By the way, we started as EFANA in 1998. So we've been there for quite a long time, and then Savannah was born. And by God's grace, now we have a 40-bed unit right in Upper Hill. If you have seen KMA, if you have seen CIC, then you have seen Savannah Hospital. We are just opposite of the CIC. So we want to project something. I don't know if the building can be put there so that people can see. Yes, exactly. So that is the Savannah Hospital. For those who may have applied that route and didn't see the branding, initially this building was the CAF Center, an NGO dealing with education or something, but now it is the Savannah Hospital. So if you can see, you may not see very closely from the picture, but we have like 2 floors. So 3 floors. We have the ground floor, we have the first floor, and we have the second floor. So Savannah Hospital has been known majorly for gynecology services, and now gynecology and obstetrics, because our lead gyna, and who is also our director, Dr. Wachira Murage, is actually well known more than Savannah Hospital. And that's why it's a pleasure to be here today to just sensitize you that Savannah Hospital exists. We have various services. We have outpatient, we have inpatient, we have now maternity services, we have a theater, we have a newborn unit, we have an ICU that is fast upcoming. I think in the next few weeks we'll have it ready, and we have the HDU. And so our major aim for coming up with this event with Supamamas is because we know Supamamas cares for our ladies, cares for the wellness of the ladies. And that's why we've come up with packages. We have various packages in the hospital, but what is more relevant for this event is the Well Woman packages. So I'll urge you, and probably later on we can send this poster to all of you so that you can see. It is good to get to know how you're doing. Are you doing well? Is there anything we need to check? And it's not a must that we be the ones to check. Even if you were to go elsewhere, you could. But the reason for coming here is to sensitize you that Savannah is there. And we have the Well Woman packages, which are very price friendly. If you go to other hospitals like the Platinum package, you'll get it for over 23,000 Kenya shillings. But we are doing it at 12,000 Kenyan shillings. And we feel it is pocket friendly for the people of Kenya. So thank you so much, Supamamas, for giving us this chance to let you know that Savannah exists. And we are coming up with an event very soon. We will let you know through Supamamas. We'll let you know through Christine, and then she'll share with you guys. Thank you so much for this platform, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Celestine. I'm sure now the ladies have a better understanding of what you guys do at the Savannah Hospital, and I'm sure you are still within the call. They will engage you hapa na pale. We'll also share your contacts and the packages so that you can continue to engage. Allow me at this point in time to then welcome the very good doctor. I hear he is very popular among the women, popular for the good work that he does. And for me, the one thing that stood out for him when I got the opportunity to meet him is what a good heart he has. If anybody has been attended by Dr. Murage, I'm sure you're one of the very lucky ladies. I would love to have a gyna like that. So Dr. Wachira Murage is the founder and director of the Savannah Hospital. He's a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist at the Savannah Hospital with over 3 decades of extensive medical and surgical expertise. He also specializes in fertility issues, general gynecology, laparoscopy, and research. He has a profound commitment to women's health, and that's the reason why he's here with us this evening. Ladies, let us give a warm welcome to Dr. Wachira Murage. Daktari, over to you. Daktari, you're on mute.
How about now?
Now we can hear you. Karibu.
Okay, asante sana. Thank you so much, Supamama. Thank you so much for people who have joined. Thank you, Celestine. And thank you very much for that kaida introduction. It's always my pleasure to serve ladies. It's always great to serve ladies, and I'm sure we have served many thousands of ladies in my career that spans about 30-something years. And as Celestine has put it right, Savannah Hospital is strategically placed. We have ample parking. We have all it takes for you to enjoy your visit and get super care at Savannah Hospital. Ladies, you're beautiful. Ladies, you're good. Ladies, you're intelligent. And one thing that I would want, and this is my message from Savannah Hospital, is for you to remember about your bodies. I know ladies love themselves. They are not like men. You know, men do not care, but ladies, you care. But as a person dedicated his life to serving women and to advise them, I would wish to say that just like a car, after some mileage, goes to their mechanic. To check for them, to make it a lifestyle, to engage in checkup. And there are all those checkups tailor-made. Celestine has mentioned the good packages that we have. We are the ones who learn, and we are a panel of gynecologists at Savannah Hospital. In fact, this is the only place you can get a gynecologist 24/7. Other hospitals, you may go and get a general practitioner at night over weekend on Sunday. But at the Savannah Hospital in Upper Hill on Mara Road, you get gynecologists 24/7, and you can be able to address all the issues that you have. The awareness is what I would want us. If we forget anything today, let us remember about awareness. We are losing productive ladies. We are using very intelligent ladies because of diseases that you can avoid. If I limit myself to gynecology, we are losing ladies to cancer of the cervix. We are losing ladies to cancer of the uterus. We are losing ladies to cancer of the ovary. And you're even losing ladies to other diseases like diabetes and hypertension in pregnancy, just because they were not checked before pregnancy and they did not have the good care during pregnancy and thereafter, and then we lose. Dear ladies tuned into this nice program, Supamama, let us remember to embrace checkups. And those checkups are not every month, they're not every year. We're talking about like every 2 to 3 years to have a pap smear. A pap smear can detect cancer that was going to be in 15 years. And guess what? If you get cancer at early stages, it is treatable 100%. So you hear that? If you compare the amount of money used to treat cancer, anything 300,000 to 1 million when you're treating cancer. How about awareness check? You can get a pap smear as cheap as 1,500. At Savannah Hospital, you're always having these discounts. Yes, the insurance companies, the NHIF, all those people are covering pap smear. But compare, even if you come and pay 3,000, 2,500 for something that can cost you millions and even cost your life. Therefore, it shows you that it is important to just go and have that small stress a bit, because sometimes women tell me this pap smear is very stressful. We can do HPV testing. You can do prevention, the HPV vaccine. This HPV vaccine dose is almost free. At most, it's 2,500 per dose. In some other centers who get government donations and other organizations, it's almost free. If you're looking at cancer of the ovary, just an ultrasound, doing tumor markers so often. If it is cancer of the breast, doing a mammogram, doing an ultrasound, coming to the gynae to be told what is called BSC, breast self-examination, can save a life. So my appeal today in this honorable program, the Supamamas, all those people tuned in, remember checkups, remember awareness programs. At Savannah Hospital, just like Celestina said, we have tried to tailor-made, and they are getting top-notch care from the gynecologists who have been at it for many years. But even if you don't get to Savannah, please, wherever you are, make sure that you embrace awareness. It's a gift that you give to yourself. After doing hard work, you ladies, you take care of us, the families, everybody. Remember to gift yourself by visiting hospitals, Savannah Hospital and the rest, and getting hold of these wellness packages and be able to be checked so that you are stronger and you keep serving your families. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much very much. Thank you very much, Daktari. That was fantastic. And one of the things I like that you have said is the fact that truly and really as moms, we take care of everybody else and then easily we forget ourselves. So this year, As part of making changes stick, one of the things we need to take up is for us to embrace the wellness checks, schedule them, and to honor them. Dr. Before I let you go, I will take a few questions from the floor so that we can go into the other main session. And then in case we need to let you go, then the moms will have all the information that they need. Anybody who has any question for Dr. Wachira Murage? Feel free to mute and to ask, or you can raise your hand, and then Miriam will select you, and then we'll take it from there. We'll take 2 or 3 questions, and then we can move on to the next session because of time. Any comments, any sentiments? I see in Joki in the chat section, you say that you are grateful for the good doctor for reminding us to take care of ourselves, and for that, indeed, we are grateful. Sylvia is asking, how much is consultation, Daktari? How much is consultation?
Consultation is 3,000 Kenya shillings. And people with insurance, because I've seen someone asking whether you take CIC. Yes, we do take CIC insurance, and even Aon Minet too.
Okay.
And those ones we have agreed with the insurance companies as a subsidized rate. We also have our Kenyatta Clinic, which can offer at 2,500 consultation.
All right. That's good to know. And then we have Robina, who is asking if at the Savannah Hospital you can get a thyroid check.
Yes, we can do the thyroid checks. We have the thyroid scans, which you can do there. And of course, we have the thyroid hormone testing, which is a laboratory test.
Fantastic. So ladies, if there's any other question, please put it in the chat section. I see the one for Aon Minet. You have already answered that question. Meanwhile, in case, Daktari, you need to leave, I'm sure you will leave us in the good hands of Celestine, who can then, we'll also connect the ladies and share all the contacts and all the information. But before that, I also see there is a question from Marcella. If you accept APA insurance?
Yes, we do. We do accept. In fact, we accept all the insurance companies.
Oh, fantastic. So thank you, Daktari. We really thank you for that reminder. And we hope that as many women as possible, you know, who are to listen to this recording, and the ones who are tuned in right now, who've logged in this evening, that we're going to come and check you out and understand the services that you have and see how we can support you as much as possible. Thank you very much for making the time to engage us this evening.
Thank you so much, and have a blessed time. Thank you.
Karibu, karibu. If there's a phone number that you can share with us, that the ladies, I see somebody is asking for a number. If somebody is looking to book an appointment, if there's a phone number, I see Celestine has shared or has shared.
Yes. Yes, that's fine.
So ladies, feel free to save the number, and then you can reach out to Dr. Wachira and Celestine and the team to see how you can take the conversation from here, so we can make those wellness checks and whatever services that you need to make that a priority, and see how to make those wellness changes that we need to make stick. Thank you so much, Daktari.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, moving on to our main session of today, making changes stick. Once again, a reminder, a dismal reminder, that when it comes to New Year resolutions, only 7% of us, if we don't change the trajectory of whatever we are doing, only 7% of us are going to succeed. The reason why we are doing this event, Making Changes Stick, and connecting you to a success coach and a wellness coach as well, is because there are things we can do by ourselves, but there comes a time where we need to get the tips from qualified people who know how they can help us, or they can trigger something in us that we can make changes within us to make these changes that need to happen in our lives and for them to stick. This evening, we have none other than Coach I almost called her Celestine. Coach Liz Okomba. I see Celestine's name on my screen. Success and wellness coach, Liz Okomba. It's not her first time on the Supamamas platform. Just before COVID, I can't say COVID ended, but during Corona time, we actually had an event together. I don't know if you can remember that event, Liz. And that is the first.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and that was the first interaction that we had with you. And for us who were there, you left us inspired. And I said, one day I will look for an opportunity again for the ladies to experience the awesomeness of who you are, the journey that you have gone on when it comes to transformation. I shared with the ladies your before and after pictures. People cannot believe it's the same person. And I know one of the things as women that we often struggle with is, I mean, candidly, we can say that weight loss journey. I know some of us are looking to hear that part of your story and tips on how we can make those changes tick. Not only the number on the scale, but the habits that need to support that. And when it comes to success as professionals in the workplace, in our businesses, what are those roadblocks in our mind that then we need to kill off this year to totally take off, put aside the self-doubt, put aside who said what, those limiting beliefs. And that is why we are looking forward to listen to you this evening so you can challenge us and see how we can make these changes stick. Ladies, I welcome success and wellness coach Liz Okomba onto the floor. If you need to grab a blankie, your drink, 1 minute, do that, and let's get this show on the road. Liz, I hand it over to you. Floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Christine. Just confirm that you can hear me loud and clear.
I can hear you and I can see you.
Great stuff. Let me set up my presentation so that we can start. Happy New Year, Supamamas. Thank you so much for joining this session. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you, Christine, for inviting me once again. I always have a great time when I'm with the Supamamas, and I hope today I'll be able to change someone's life or change someone's mindset so that we can actually achieve those goals that we set year on year. So where do we start? I'll just ride on the statistics you shared, Christine, about only 8% of us achieving our New Year resolution goals. But not only 8% of us achieve them, 80% of us do not set goals. And out of those 80% of us and out of the 70% of us who actually set goals, only 70% achieve 70% do not achieve them. Yeah. So this goal setting New Year is a big issue that we really need to talk about. Why aren't we achieving our goals? Why aren't we setting our goals? So let's look at 2023 top resolutions. When 2023 was beginning, what did people put in the New Year's resolution list? And the first one, and most important, I had it coming a lot when you asked the opening question, exercise more. I want to exercise more. Then came, I want to eat healthier. I want to lose weight. I want to make more friends. And finally, I want to save money. These are the top most goals that are set year on year, same as 2022. So how many of us, just by a show of hands or by clicking on the reactions button, how many of us are still following through on the resolutions we set in 2023? We are now in 2024. So I'm talking about 2023. Smiley face, laughter face, if you can put in some reactions so we can see how many of us are still following through on those resolutions, so we can have a small poll around here. Since I see no reaction, I'll assume when this other category of others, is this you? Year on year, you make resolution, cancel, either have the same one or make it less painful on you. So New Year's resolution, we can see 2018, the person has just been canceling, lose weight, then just say, oh, just lose some pounds. Next, I'll walk around the block, get in shape. That one has been people. In fact, we can't make it. And we have, clear out the attic. So Some people say, I don't call them New Year's resolutions. I prefer the term casual promises that I am in no legal obligation to fulfill. Today, I want to change that, Supamamas. I want to change that notion. Yeah, we don't want our New Year's resolutions to look like this when we get to the end of 2024. But before I get there, let's know who Liz Okomba is. You don't want to be talking to a stranger or a stranger talking to you. Yeah. My personal mantra is purpose, execution, and consistency. And today we'll talk a lot about purpose because when my namesake, Liz, talked about get back up to working out, and she said that motivation to get back to working out is not there. And we'll talk a lot about purpose and vision. Then when you have your purpose and vision, my next word is execution. I have my vision, I have my purpose, I want to execute. And I don't want to execute once, I want to execute consistently. So purpose, execution, and consistency are my personal mantra. Christine talked about my weight loss journey. This was me some years back. I don't know whether it was 2013 or 2014. I'd gone for a trip to Venice and we had gone to one of the canals. Beautiful, beautiful country. But you can see what I'm wearing. It's like you're in Mombasa and you're putting on jeans and a shirt. Nothing could fit me. Yeah. And not only that, you know how Italians are small. I had money and you go to a shop and nothing could fit me in the shop. Yet I was with, we had gone for a trip. I did my MBA at SBS and we Strathmore Business School. And we have a module where we go to Yes Business School. So after the Yes Business School trip, we toured Europe. And so my classmates are shopping. And I actually bought clothes because people were buying clothes, not because they could fit me. I would go with those clothes to the changing room. Nothing fits, but I still pay for them. Some of those clothes I'm wearing them X number of years later. This is the time they're fitting me. And that's when I was like, no, I can't. I mean, I really felt bad. That really touched a nerve. And that got me to start my weight loss journey. And through having habits and consistency and having that vision and execution, I really lost a lot of weight, over 30 kilos. And I maintained that weight until 2022. I lost my mom end of 2021. And the whole of 2022 was shambles. I even had to pause on coaching. So I gained 17 kilos back. But 2023, I worked on that weight and I'm back to the weight which I am with putting my leg on that basketball. Yeah, just using the same method that I hope you'll be able to pick up today. So that's Liz and her weight loss journey. But not only that, I only don't talk about weight loss. I'm a corporate leader. I work in the corporate world. I work in a leading bank in Kenya. And in 2023, I won an award. I'm the CX Leader of the Year for 2023. This is a global award. So what do I want to tell you? I love my corporate job. And you can actually do well in your corporate job and still pursue your vision. Yeah. So there's this notion that you can, it's either or. And sometimes I say there's a season and, and sometimes I amplify my coaching. And when I get too busy at work, I have to scale down on my coaching. And I feel that my coaching and my job feed off each other. When I'm struggling at work, I just say, let me go and post something on Instagram or Facebook and let me coach a class and it gives me some energy. When I'm at my job, I think of some of the things I structure in my coaching business is because of the rules and strategies I learn at my corporate job. And I'm also able to tap onto the corporate world to get some of my clients. So I love that. It gives me some zing. There I am, Liz Okomba, your success and wellness coach. This is my passion. I love doing it. And I want to be able to help women leverage on their time and energy, crush their intentional goals without overwhelm, guilt, or burnout. Yeah. And when I talk about making goals stick, that's actually the foundation of any program I have. If you do not have proper goals, if you don't know how you're going to execute your goals, then you get to the place of not using your time wisely, and you're always burned out and you're always tired trying to do everything. So I am a coach. I'm married to one husband, and I have one son. My son is Mr. Jabzi, for those of you who follow me on social media. Jabari, that's his name, his full name. Jabari turned 15 in December. So I'm a proud mom of one, a 15-year-old. But what's special about my Jabari? Jabari has autism. Autism is a developmental disorder that impairs the ability for one to communicate and interact. So my son is nonverbal, but I do love him to bits, and I do know that he's going to reach his full potential. So when you see Liz Okomba, that's me in a nutshell. And today I am here with the Supamamas to talk about how to make your resolutions stick. So why New Year resolutions? Every year we have the same resolutions, and I had them in the room as we started off this session. I'll save money, I'll exercise, I'll get fit. I want a new job, I want to elevate my career. I want to make more friends, I want to travel, I want to stop procrastinating, I want to stop using social media. Social media is wasting my time, and I want to enjoy life. Now we have all these resolutions. Why don't they stick? So why New Year resolutions? Why do people set up New Year's resolution goals? A New Year gives us a new opportunity. It's like a reset button for most people. And you feel like you've been offered a blank slate and an opportunity to get things right. When we set New Year goals, we are utilizing a very important concept known as self-efficacy, which means by virtue of you setting a goal or aspiring to set a goal, you'll follow through on it. And you have a sense of control of what is happening in your life. So if you have that self-efficacy and you're aspiring to do something, the question we ask ourselves over and over again, why is it that only 7% of people who set their New Year goals or New Year resolutions meet them? The answer is very simple. It is about enthusiasm and willpower. They do not last forever. Yeah? Enthusiasm and willpower do not last forever. So you have the expectation that you'll exercise, but in reality, you're rotting in the couch the whole weekend. You have the expectation that you eat well and change your eating habits, but in reality, your pantry is full of junk food. How are those two going to reconcile? You're already setting up yourself for failure before you even start. So today I'm here to tell you, ladies, that motivation is temporary. Yeah. And to get back up, you need that motivation. But motivation only gets you started. Yeah. So what happens with motivation, and why do we say it's temporary? When you set a resolution and you begin to follow through on it, you trigger a hormone. And I'm big on hormones. When I'm having my sessions with women, all I talk about is hormones. There's a whole science about hormones, our endocrine system, and we have a very powerful hormone in our brain, and that hormone is called dopamine. Dopamine is what is triggered, when people take alcohol, when it's a feel-good hormone, because it releases a reward chemical in your brain. So when you start off, your dopamine is high, and your center of emotions and rewards is very high, and you set out to accomplish this resolution. But eventually, it drops because dopamine, you have to keep, when people are addicted to drugs, it's actually dopamine hits they're seeking, because you're on this high, then you drop, then you're on this high, then you drop. So motivation hits that dopamine, but it drops, and it's very hard to get it back. So you do less and less of what you are intended to do, and then it drops off. Yeah, so your actions start off, take off. The gym is full in January. By Easter, it's only the gang-hos who are in the gym. People are running in January. The roads are full. People are jogging everywhere. By the end of December, there are very few people who are jogging. Your emotions are very high. You also feel motivated. But as you continue with time, you're just like, oh, do I have to go to the gym again? You end up feeling horrible and you drop off from this action. I still hope I'm with everyone. Christine, continue posting your questions on the chat, and I will look at them as I continue with this particular session. So that's motivation. So what I want you to do is to use motivation as a launch pad. Motivation gets you started, but you have to create a system to achieve your goals. If you do not have a system, you will not achieve goals. Yeah. So by the end of this session, I hope we'll be able to see how we can create systems. So what I want to say is don't make resolutions. You have to create habits. And my second Bible is this book. And when I coach, I encourage anyone I'm coaching to read this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. And James Clear says, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the levels of your systems. I repeat, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fail to the level of your systems. Yeah. So what are your goals? Goals are those things that give you direction, who we want to be, which then gives us an identity. Yeah. So if you want to be, you want wealth creation. Someone talked about generational wealth. That's the identity, that's your goal, and that's how you need to start acting. So what are the habits you need to do? What are the things you repeatedly need to do to build generational wealth, to get into what we call financial freedom? I think it was Milenja, I hope I'm pronouncing that correct, who had that particular goal. Yeah. So what are the habits you need to do? How do we think of ourselves? What are those things that will shape our actions? What we repeatedly do to reinforce our ideas of who we are. So when you say you want to lose weight, how do you identify? What are you going to start identifying with so that you can actually start acting as that person who has lost weight? Yeah. So what is your identity? What is the process? And what will you achieve? Who are you? What and how do you do it? And what will you achieve? Yeah, very important. Goals are about results you want to achieve. Goals are very important for setting directions, but systems are for making progress. So let's start. You have your motivation, which launches you to set goals. But for those goals to stick, you need a system. And those systems will only come out from you having habits. Yeah? Motivation, goals, systems, habits. Yeah. So you need more than motivation. Yeah. The most difficult part of starting a habit is starting the new behavior. It takes a lot to say that you're going to the gym. How do you get Liz to get back to working out? How do we just get into that first session, which becomes the second session, which becomes the third session, which becomes session 125 by the time we reach September? Yeah. How it is not easy. So you need to start with small behaviors. And one of the things why we get it wrong is we have this grand New Year's resolution, and I'll pick let's see, emotionally stable. How do we achieve that? How do we break it down into habits? Yeah. So we start I had a session in the morning today, and how I say you can be able to do your corporate job and do your passion. The team at my job invited me to talk to staff, and I asked some of them, "What's your goal?" And someone said, "6-pack manenos." So I'm like, "How are you going to achieve those 6-packs?" So someone says, "I'm going to do 50 push-ups per day." Someone is saying they want to do 50 push-ups a day. This person has never done 5 consecutive push-ups. This person has already set themselves up for failure. I want to read 12 books. How are you going to structure yourself so that you can read those 12 books? Or are we going to reach June mid-year and you'll say, wow, I've not even started one book? Yeah. So we have these fickle goals that are very grandiose, but we have not really put in the systems and the habits to start achieving these goals. If you want to read 12 books, how do you put it? You need to put in a small habit like every night, I'm going to read 10 pages. And at the end of 2 weeks, I will celebrate for finishing book X. Yeah. How that would be much, much more easier to achieve. So, ladies, I hope you have your pens ready because now we need to do an exercise. I want us to meet Cindy. So if you have your pen ready, give me a thumbs up on the emoji side so that I know that we are ready. Great, 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 great. Okay. Cindy. I want us to talk about Cindy today and how she's able to define a vision into goals, into a system, into habits, and we'll see what the outcome is. So Cindy, I hope she's talks to the demographic that's here. Cindy is 34. She's a mother of 2. She's a practicing lawyer at a firm in Nairobi. Her current goal, what she's working on right now, and you will relate Milenja on this. Someone else talked about finances. She wants to have her passive income pay for living expenses. Yeah. So if I have Precious Wellness as my one of my activities, or I'm saving, or I want money to work for me to pay for her living expenses. That's Cindy's goal. Her long-term goal is to make work optional, and she wants to travel the world. Wow. Yeah. So that's her vision. She doesn't want to work at this law firm unless she wants to. And she wants to travel the world. So when we talk about launching, and Lisa, getting back up to workout, ladies, what is your strong why? What is your dream? Cindy's dream is financial freedom. Yeah. Someone talked about generational wealth. Her passion, her strong why is she wants to be, she wants to work only if she feels like. So for me, my strong why is I want to serve as many women as possible. I want to create an impact. I want my coaching business to be able to feed me passively. I don't have to think about it. I want to be able to be work agnostic, location agnostic. If I'm working in Mombasa, if I'm working in Venice, or if I'm in a beach in Bali, I can still be making money. That's my dream. That's my strong why. I also want to create a strong foundation for my child, who's a special needs child. So every day I wake up, I'm thinking, what I'm doing now, if anything happens to me, what's going to happen to my child? So that's my why. That's what gets me out of bed. If you do not have a strong why, your resolution will not stick. Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to stop scrolling on social media? If it's just a standalone, it's not going to make you spring. You know that thing of having a spring in your step? Sometimes, I was in a meeting this weekend, someone asked me, Liz, what's wrong with you? I mean, where do you get that energy from? I just wake up with a spring in my step because I have a strong why. Yeah. So ladies, write down think, reflect, what is your strong why? Yeah. Create a vision about it and start dreaming about it. And it will start to make sense as you get into now goal setting. So let's talk about Cindy. Her strong why is financial freedom. So these were her 2023 goals. I want to introduce you to something called BAG. BAG is big, hairy, audacious goal. Let's look at Cindy's scary goals. She wants a net worth. In 2023, her goal was to have a net worth of 10 million, pay off a studio apartment that she was mortgaging, and 20,000 per month from her side hustles, generate 80,000 passively every month, and get promoted to partner. Remember, she's a lawyer. Yeah. So these are extremely audacious goals. Yeah. For Cindy to be able to achieve these goals, she has to do several things. So she has her vision. These are her goals. Now let's get to her system. Yeah. Her system is habits that she has to level up on the financial side, because her goal is financial. And as you set up your dream, you can have financial goals, you can have wellness goals, you can have relationship goals. You know, I want to get married this year, or I want to get divorced this year. I don't know. You can have goals in different facets of your life. So Cindy, these are her financial goals. And these are the habits she wants to create to level up. And this was in 2023. Track her spending, creating a budget, saving before spending, setting goals and tracking the progress, increasing her financial literacy. So let's see what systems she set up to be able to live up to these habits or level up to these habits that she has set. Ladies, you'll be amazed. Look at her budget for May 2023. She has a very good salary, over $500,000. But I know people even who earn 1.5 million, and they're always broke. But Cindy brings in her total income. She knows how much her salary is coming in, how much money she's getting from dividends, because she's investing in the stock exchange. She invests in government bonds and bills. She tracks her monthly income from that. And her side hustle is FJ business. She gets 55,000 from that. So her total income is $500,000 million. And she then allocates where this money is going to be. What is giving money? What is going to be fun money? What is her fixed expenses in terms of utilities, school fees, paying her nanny, fuel? What are her variable expenses? Shopping, grooming, making your hair, transportation, miscellaneous, and where she's going to save. So this is the system that Cindy has created. And not only does she have this budget that she's very clear where her sense is going from the income she's generating, she looks at an income report and she looks at where money from her paycheck goes. Isn't this amazing? And this is not a fantasy thing. This is someone I follow on social media. And I was like, my Jesus, please, Cindy, I need you in my life. Yeah. She's gotten where that she has even created her social media family as an accountability her as she's going through her audacious goals. So she has an income report. She knows where the money from her paycheck goes. Then her assets, she knows where her money is coming from. Remember, her goal is to have a net worth of 10 million. Yeah, in 2023. So what do we struggle with when we are creating goals? One is we try to change everything at once. Yeah. So you have a list of 10 things you want to pursue in a year. And you are so overwhelmed that you don't even know which habit to put where. Yeah. Then you start with a habit that's too big. I gave the example of 50 push-ups every day. By the first day you do your 50 push-ups, you're so sore, you don't even want to see the gym the next day. Then you always look at the result. You are not looking at the ritual. You want the end game, but you don't want to enjoy the process. So you want to lose 30 kilos and you keep on wondering, why am I, our obsession with the scale? Why am I not 60 kilos? Why am I not 70 kilos? But you're not actually enjoying the process of eating well, how you feel after you eat well, when you exercise, how does your day go? What is that mood you get? Are you hydrating? So we are always looking at the result and we are not paying attention to the ritual. Then this one, not changing your environment. I posted the way in 2023, I wanted to get into golf. And the way I set up my environment, I was already setting up myself for failure. First, I started my lessons at Windsor. It was just too far to get there. I had car problems. My car kept on breaking down. So Ubering to Windsor was just a nightmare. I was joining a golf club. I was all over the place. I didn't know which golf club to settle on. And I didn't even finish my lessons because I had not changed my environment. So the same way I said, how do you expect to lose weight yet your pantry is full of crisps? When I meet you somewhere, you have a big mandazi at hand, with a sausage to make a sandwich with, and you expect to lose weight. So if you're not going to change your environment, then you will not succeed. Most importantly, we assume that small changes do not add up. We have to aim to get 1% better every day. And that's the power of atomic habits, according to James Clear. So if you want to make our habits stick, or you want to change your behavior, you need to be able to look at 4 things. What is the cue? Make that habit obvious. Yeah. If you want to eat well, make it obvious by meal prepping, and make it easy for you. Make the habit attractive. How do you set it in such a way that if I achieve a certain milestone, I'm going to celebrate my small wins, so that you continue hitting that dopamine. You keep on motivating yourself. That if I save 10,000 per month, if I save it consistently for 5 months, at the end of the 5th month, I'll treat myself to a spa. Yeah, and you look forward to that. Then response, make it easy. Start with the 5 push-ups. Start with walking. Where I stay, it's a running area, and I've seen a lot of people struggling with running. Like, you don't have to run, just walk. Yeah, you are already so heavy on yourself, and you're making it more difficult by running. Just walk. So make it easy so that you don't give up. Then if you walk and you start feeling lighter, if your goal is to run a marathon, then start picking up. I'll run for 5 minutes, I'll run for 10 minutes, until you're able to comfortably run for 30 minutes. Then make it satisfying through reward. I already talked about the reward aspect. So that's the habit. That's how we make habits stick. Now, this is what James Clear says about small improvements. Small habits don't add up. They compound, like compound interest. If you save 10,000 and in a SACCO, every month at the end of the year, you saved 120,000, you get your dividends, you reinvest those dividends. That's the power of compounding. Yeah. So he says that if you work on your habits, then you compound you become 37.78 better. If you sit and do nothing, you get 0.03 worse. So, for example, if you say you want to create generational wealth, or you want to create financial freedom, or you want to take care of your health, if you do nothing about it, at the end of 2024, you'll be 0.03 worse. If you start doing something about it in a consistent way with a system and habits, by the end of 2024, you'll be 37.78 better. Yeah. So the power of compounding, that is the power of atomic habits. Tiny changes, remarkable results. Now, Cindy was she's so transparent that she even shows us how they share costs as a couple between her and her husband. Who takes care of what in the household? That's how detailed she is. That's how she's created a system in her life, and that's how she's created habits in her life. So guess what? By no surprise, by September 2023, Cindy has achieved 97.3% of being a net worth of 10 million. Wow. We didn't even continue following October and December because we knew she achieved her goal. Her big, hairy, audacious goal that is driving towards her big why, her vision. And after you achieve the goal, what happens? You rinse and repeat. So these are her 2024 goals. The power of atomic habits. Now she wants to increase her net worth to 14 million after achieving 10 million in 2023. And she wants to save and invest 3.5 million by December 2024 and 30 million from her side hustles. Her previous goal was 18 million, I think. Generate 130 passive income. Her previous target for 2023 was 80. Negotiate for a salary increment. And I want to talk about that point. If someone has a system in one aspect of their life, there's 100% chance that they have a system for every other aspect of their life. So she's going to get this salary increment. And why do I believe that? One of the posts she did, she showed us from when she started her journey as a law intern. And you know how law interns are paid poorly. There's once even a topic about it in X, or formerly, the app formerly known as Twitter. Yeah? About how law interns are misused and poorly paid until the lawyers were really put on the spot. But she showed us her progression up to now. I think she started her internship when she was 20. She's now 34. And she's earning 400,000. So I'm sure she's going to get this salary increment this year if she uses the same system to apply to her career. And she wants to become partner in 2024. Yeah. So the question I ask you, do you think Cindy is well on her way to financial freedom? What can we borrow from Cindy's story? Please put for me 1 point on the chat. What have you borrowed from Cindy's story based on all the things we stated at the beginning of this session? Wealth creation, healthy living, saving, consistency, spend less time on socials, career growth, emotional stability, getting back to working out. If I can just get 3 people putting for me one thing they have learned. Have a system that supports my goal. Exactly. Thank you for that, Milenja. It's all about consistency and discipline. Thanks, Achin. Caroline says the same, consistency. Consistency focusing is key. Look at that bullseye. Don't take your eye away from that goal. Discipline, itemizing my goals clearly. Yeah. Next, it's not even about itemizing your goals clearly. Miriam, I'm going to tell you next what to do about those goals. Make it easy. Have a strong why. Thank you, Robina. Mercy, being disciplined and focused. Working on one thing at a time. Budget is everything. Writing down. Yes, I love that. I'm not a very strong Christian, but I know in Habakkuk, there's something about know your vision, write it down. Know your vision, write it down. Yeah, because there's something about vision. That's why we vision board. Yeah, there's something about the red car theory. If you write something down, it sticks and your mind focuses towards that goal. Yeah, if you want a red car, as you walk in the street, every red car you will see. Now imagine if you say, I want a red BMW X1. Do you know in 2 years you will get that red BMW X1 and you will not believe how you got it? Yeah, the power of compounding. The system is a whole new topic. Thank you so much, ladies. Let's move on. And I hope I'm still within time, Christine.
Yes, you're within time.
Okay. How do you set goals for 2024? And not only set goals, how are we going to set goals that you will actually achieve this time? So this will be the takeaway that we will have out of this session. What is your why, your vision? What is your long-term goal, your big, hairy goal? Define what success looks for you. Then from there, what are your short-term goals? And we're not only going to set goals, we're going to set SMART goals. They have to be specific, measurable, achievable, yeah, realistic, and time-bound. So we saw Cindy's goals. I want to have 10 million net worth by the end of 2023. It is clear, it is measurable, it is achievable for her because of her income levels, it is time-bound, it is realistic for her. Then break it down yearly. She had 2023. Monthly, you can see her budget, how she's broken down her budget, how she tracks her budget, how she tracks her spending, how she tracks her asset allocation. Weekly, what are you doing on a weekly basis? How are you holding yourself accountable? I'll be working 4 times a week. I'll be working out 4 times a week. If I'm learning to play the piano, I'll be practicing 5 times a week and doing extra lessons for this. If I'm losing weight, I'll be meal prepping every 2 days. I'll make sure I vegetable shop. I buy my meats and keep them. So you have your weekly goals, then your daily goals. I'll make sure I wake up at 5 every morning so that I'm doing this by this time. I have to do my practice. I will join this circle by this month. In this circle, I will contribute 10,000 every month, and I will do this with my dividends. Very clear goals that you can hold yourself accountable. Then break these goals into daily habits. If I want to read, if I want to, read or get a certification in something, what am I going to be reading? How will I set out my study time? How do I hold myself and create habits to ensure that I get that certification? Yeah. If I want to be, I think my internet has glitched. Just give me 1 minute. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Christine?
Yes, I can.
Okay, sorry about that. Break down your daily habits. So I have a ritual. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. When I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, I get dressed, get into my gym clothes, go to the gym, come back. I make sure I leave the house at a certain time. It's very clear what time I'm going to have my breakfast. In the week, I plan what I'm going to have every day. And those who follow me on social media know I post my food almost every day. And what I post in social media, just to show people, it is the boring things that get things done. There is nothing glamorous about having habits. It is the boring, mundane things that get things done. When people ask, how did you lose weight? It is the boring, mundane things that people don't want to do. I go to the gym. I eat healthy. I cook every weekend to make sure that I have my clean food, even though my family is eating something different. I drink my water. I stretch, I don't know how many times. So it is the boring things that nobody wants to get done. Most importantly, what bad habits will you drop? You cannot want to create wealth, yet you're a spendthrift. You cannot want to get that certification or go back to school, yet you spend 2 hours on TikTok. Yeah? You cannot want to healthy live, yet your pantry is full of crap food and processed, ultra-processed foods. Yeah? So what bad habits are you going to drop? Most importantly, stay accountable. And for me, I usually make my goals public. I have my social media people who follow me, and I tell them, this year I want to do this. And let me tell you, people ask me, Liz, you said you want to do this, So make your habits, make your goals public so that people can hold you to account. And Kenyans are very good at that. Nosy Kenyans. Most importantly, celebrate small wins. Buy yourself a book. Treat yourself to a spa. Go on a date with a friend. Go on a walk with a friend. Just nice things that will keep on making you keep to that, chasing that goal. Consistency is key. We've talked about that. And if all things work and you're achieving your goals, then rinse and repeat. Do not reinvent the wheel. If things are working, do not reinvent the wheel. Just rinse and repeat. So this is how we will now set our goals. You will not just say, I want to spend less time on socials, or I want my money working for me. You will say, if I want to spend less money, be clear. I will set up a standing order of X% of my paycheck to a money market fund. I will open a SACCO. I will do research on which is the best SACCO in Kenya, and research and open a SACCO account by February 15th. Yeah, and Christine is going to hold me to account. I'll ask Christine which SACCO she saves in so that she can tell me how I can open that particular account. Yeah. If I want to travel, if I want to go to Mombasa in December, or I want to go back to Venice, in November, then how much do I have to save every month to be able to achieve that particular goal? Everyone talks about 45 days of January or 70 days of January. How many people are really suffering from that 45 days of January? I say it is those who have not planned themselves. Yeah. If you know January is a heavy spending month, by the end of this month, you should start saving for December. If you know school fees comes at a certain time, start breaking down that school fees into monthly figures. And then so you stop getting into this thing of saying that January has 70 days. So our goals need to be specific, measurable, realistic, and time-bound. That's one of the biggest mistakes that people make, and that is why we are not able to achieve our goals. So I got these pointers from a post I read this week, and I thought it was quite powerful. It all starts with your why. If you have no vision or purpose, you will be empty no matter what. If you have no clarity of goals, you will go nowhere. You will even into a ditch. If you have no clarity of approach, you will waste time, effort, and resources. If you have no standards, you'll accept mediocrity. If you have no solid support system, you will constantly be dealing with your own limitations. And I think that summarizes all I was talking about today. It all starts with your why, and you have to have a strong why. So Supamamas, here I am. That's not me. It's an AI generated me with makeup and that hair. AI is doing wonders. And please, you need to learn about AI. It's changing the world. If you don't keep up with AI, you'll be left behind. I'm Liz Okomba. I'm a success and wellness coach. I thank Christine so much for inviting me to this session. I help women achieve their goals through maximizing their energy and their time. Yeah, I want women to win in life. I love women, and sometimes I feel they're getting a road deal, and I want them to win in life. I would love to connect with you. I'm on Instagram, Precious Wellness _Wellness. On Facebook, I'm Liz Okomba. I have an email address, and I also have a website, precious-wellness.com. If you'd like to work with me, I have a goal set and win session. This is to help you goal set, and it's a 2-hour online session that's split into 2 sessions, and I'll help you plan for your 2024 action plan for your 2024, so you don't guess what you have to do. I also have a long-term coaching program. It's a 12-week intensive one-on-one program, and I can make it into a group program depending on the forum that's there. It's called the Success Blueprint, where you create your own personal success blueprint so that you can be clear about your goals, reinvent yourself, and most importantly, achieve those great dreams that we have. And I have great success stories. Even during COVID, I ensured that some people even had weddings during COVID period because that was their big why. Yeah. So I open up for questions. Thank you for interacting with me. If you have any questions, just go ahead and unmute and we can have a discussion.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Liz, for that informative session there. I think that this sets us up to set better goals, to understand our why, our strong whys, and also to be able to break it down to smaller achievable goals. Right now, we are entering into our Q&A session. Feel free to type your questions on the chat so that we can read them out. You can also raise your hand if you have a question, and I will go ahead and pick you up. Just to read comments coming in is, I am impressed and will want to listen to you again, Liz. I was jotting, thinking, setting. You have taken me into a place. I am so grateful. Lovely comments there from the chat. And we have a question here from Christine. She asks, how do you overcome the human part of burnout, tendency to procrastinate, even if you have a strong why? Liz, how do you overcome that?
Okay. I love that question. And how I answer that question is by saying, you can achieve everything. You can achieve anything, but not at the same time. not all at the same time. So you want to be, let's say you want to further your studies, and that's the example that can come top in mind. You want to further your studies, that means you're going for evening classes, you're going for Saturday classes, but you're still the same person who wants to go to the, I wrote a post this week about the supermarket. You want to go to the supermarket, you want to clean the house, you want to be the soccer mom, picking your kids from school, taking them from school, taking them for all the activities, and you can't do it all. Something's got to give. So what do you want to push forward? And I'm not, what is important to you? When I coach, when I get into my coaching sessions, I talk about the Eisenhower matrix. How do you prioritize? What are those things you can delegate? And one thing that women struggle with is delegating. We want to hoard everything. I can do it. I'm a strong woman. I can do it. I can do it. You will not. You will burn out. You will get frustrated, and you will start resenting. The first person you will resent if you're married is your husband or your partner or your employer. So ladies, please learn to delegate. And the only way you can delegate is knowing what is important to push forward and what are those things that the post I put is no one ever won a medal for going to the supermarket. Okay.
Oh, wow. We have Jokis saying that wow, no wonder I keep restarting. I have never had a strong why. And from that, Liz probably will tell us, how do you really know that that is your strong why? And I want to read 2 questions so that you can tackle them together. There was a beautiful session from Achieng, and Mercy asks, is it too late to make goals at this year? I haven't yet set my goals. I mean, Liz, can somebody just start over from any point in the year? Does it necessarily have to be in the new years? Liz?
Thanks for that, Miriam. Strong why. I think that strong why is gotten from a place of, sometimes it's a place of reflection. So every year I come up with a word that drives me for the year, and my word is growth. And by the time I got that word, I think I was in the third week in the 4th week of January, 2nd week of January. And I've been thinking about this from December. So that's strong why it needs you to get into a place of reflection. There's something that has been nagging you at the back of your head, and sometimes, it just needs you to sit down, be calm, be still, and bring it out. And when you go through coaching sessions, usually that strong why comes. There's some things that always nag you. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do this. But you never vocalize it. So that's one way of getting your strong why. There needs to be a lot of reflection exercises. Now, we set goals because it's a new year and it's a thing and it's a worldly thing, but you can set goals anytime. I started setting my goals in November. That's when my planning session starts. And up to now, I've not yet even solidified all the things I want to do. Yeah. And I said, this is my template of my goals. So Mercy, it's never you set your goals when you're ready. Forget about this New Year's hype. I have sessions that start anytime in the year, and people set goals and we go. So forget about it. Think about Mercy Limited. There are companies in the US that start their year in March. If Mercy Limited wants to start her year in March, go for it. If you want to start your year in June, go for it. But you're clear on what you want to achieve. Yeah?
Fantastic. When you are ready. So KP asks, how easy is it to change your environments? And 2 questions here on how much is your life coaching session, and what are the costs for one-on-one goal setting sessions?
Okay, how easy is it to change your environment? You need to be clear on what you need to change your environment to. What is it that is stopping you from achieving your goals? So the example I have is the easiest one. If you want to lose weight and every time you know you fall back on eating chocolates and eating sweets and eating crisps or eating too much ugali, just stop buying them. That's one way of changing your environment. If you spend too much money, do you need to change your friends? Why are you spending too much money? Sometimes our friends are a big part of our environment, but we cling to them. Yeah. And our friends may be funding our bad habits. So sometimes if your why is strong enough, there's that thing that says, just go undercover for 6 months and come out someone different. Sometimes you have to make that decision. I had to let go of some friends in my life because they were not funding. You get friends, maybe you are friends from campus, and as the years go, at some point, there's at that point of of diversion, and you're like, we no longer are moving in the same direction. And you just, slowly lay back until now, you're cordial, but you don't hang out every weekend. It's not easy, but it's a step you have to take. Yeah, KP, I hope that's clear. How much do I charge for my life coaching sessions? Christine, I need to give the Supamamas a special rate. I have two costs for my one-on-one and group. If we have group and we get to five people, then I can charge 40,000 per person for the success blueprint for 12 weeks. If it's one person, it gets to 120,000 for the 12 weeks. For the one-on-one goal setting session, I usually charge 10,000. For the Supamamas, I have a special rate of 7,500.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that. There is a comment here from Jock saying, wow, you can do everything but not at the same time. Thank you so much. This has been really insightful. Then Marcella says, I spend more money than I save as much as I have goals aligned. What would you say about that, Liz? You spend so much money, but you have your goals aligned, but you just find yourself spending. I know you have touched on this, but probably you can respond to that from Marcella.
Yeah, you need to be able to track where your money is going and is it aligned to your budget. So as much as you save, what is your budget? And you start from that point. And if it gets to a place where you can't manage it anymore, sometimes we have to spend on our coach. So get a financial coach to find out what is ailing you in that area.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Keep the questions coming. We can take two more before we wind up. Liz, I would want to ask, is it okay to change goalposts and how often? Because will that mean that your why was not strong, or as you move on with life and things change, environments change, circumstances change, is it okay to just change to a different route, so to speak? And how often can I do that?
Yes, it's okay to do that if things are not going as planned. That would mean maybe your goals were not set into SMART goals. So maybe they were not realistic, maybe they were too stretched, or maybe they were even too low. You're saying you can save 10,000 per month, and you find out that you can save there. Wow, as after you do all this work on yourself, you find you can save 50,000. So yes, you can change your goals and give yourself a stretch goal. Or circumstances change. The money you're expecting was not coming in, and you lose your job. You can't change that. So goals can be flexible, but it depends on your circumstance. I can't give a timeline on how often you should change them. But of course, you can't change them every month. Otherwise, you will not achieve anything. That's a moving target. Yeah, you can't have a moving target. So you need to be very clear on what you want. So you have something that you can keep up at least for a year or two. So you have your short-term goals and you have your long-term goals.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for that informative session. Let me see one more. As you coach, do you work with the clients? I mean, do you follow up? Marcella asks.
Yes. That is what coaching is about. I follow up and hold you accountable. By the way, I don't smile there, I'm smiling here. No, I'm joking. So being a coach is not telling you what to do. Being a coach is guiding you to bring the best out of you and to hold you accountable. Yeah. So we set out goals, we set out assignments. I guide you on what you need to do, and I hold you accountable. So in our weekly sessions, we talk about the work that we needed to do. Have you achieved it? What are you struggling with? What do we need to shift? What do we need to ramp up? You might be giving up, and I'm telling you, no, you cannot give up. Let's go for it. So a coach is not a therapist, but a coach guides and helps and pushes you to achieve to make you become the best version of yourself.
Asante sana. Thank you so much, Liz, for that. And I'm sure we have learned a lot. We definitely will be engaging more on how to, be better versions of ourselves. And I'm sure ladies here will sign up for their one-on-one sessions and all that so that they become better versions of themselves. So back to you, Christine.
Thank you very much, Miriam. If ladies, we can unmute to give Liz Okomba, our success and wellness coach, a round of applause and appreciate her this evening.
Oh.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Liz, ladies, wasn't she amazing?
Yeah.
Isn't it
That's
amazing
good.
the way we feel, and we are so well read, we've traveled around the world, but still there's always something that we can still learn. Sindio?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I think Liz has a yes.
Yes.
And yeah, just back to you, Liz. Thank you so much for making the time today to come and empower us, especially at the beginning of the year, a good time for us to reflect. I know some people have already set their goals, but then there's the part for setting the goals. But then how can you follow through the whole year? What I like about what you said, you touched on the importance of having a coach. And in all aspects of our lives, I think we as women who are looking to elevate and levitate, we need to seriously look into having a success and wellness coach, walking the journey of parenting with a parenting coach, having a marriage coach, having a divorce coach, having a fitness coach, any person that you feel can then equip you to take you to the next level. I mean, in our 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s now, we don't have the time for picky ponking, isn't it? So at this point in time is getting these things right, and no better way to be equipped by somebody who's in the field, who can hold us accountable and equip us with the tools and tricks to enable us to succeid. So ladies, I'm looking
In no time in my life there's no time in my life I don't have a coach.
Really?
So I have my trainer coach, my personal trainer. I'm working with an executive coach, and I have a financial coach.
Wow.
There's a time I even had a feminine energy coach because I'm so much into my masculine, because I'm so goal-oriented. And I had to say, how do I tone down this masculine side of me? And I had to get into a feminine energy. I had to get a feminine energy coach.
I didn't even know there's a feminine energy coach.
Yes. I didn't know that I used to always, and sorry, Christine, I hope we still have time. I didn't even know the colors I used to wear. So I used to always be in gray, black, blue, and she told me, no, you have to soften up. So now when I'm shopping, I'm there, oh God, let me look for pink.
You look really good in pink.
Yeah, it was so eye-opening. And if you want me to hook you up with my feminine energy coach, Jacinta, she's so amazing. I'll send you her details, Christine, and you can share with the Supamamas.
Awesome. I see Brenda already in the chat room, in the chat section. She's asking about the feminine energy coach. So yeah, it'll be interesting to get that contact and see how we can understand that field. In all the years I've done what we are doing, I've never heard of a feminine energy coach. And I know a lot of us, I see the strong women in our group, and I don't know, but some of us and a few of us have that ability to feminize and masculine and have that balance. But we do know that in our circles, we have a lot of us who have that masculine energy, and we still want to have that baby girl treatment. But anyway, I digress. Back to today, just to say a big thank you, Liz, once again, and I hope that the ladies continue to engage with you and for inspiring us. I like the way you broke it down, you know, sharing the story of that lady that you follow online, and how she goes to the intricate point of, this is what I want to achieve to get to my $10 million a 10 million shilling goal, to my 18 million. And you can literally see the step-by-step way of how she got there. And then sometimes we wonder how people succeed. But then the tendency to succumb to, you know, as human beings, we woke up January 2nd, all of us were waking up at 5:30 because we swore as the year was starting that we'll start waking up early. And I can tell, and me included, I know we have people already in the room, that when that 5:30 alarm goes off, we snooze and snooze and snooze. I mean, I'm thinking I can wake up at 6:13. But you can imagine consistently throughout the year, if you can do that 5:30, or consistently for that 3-4 months, if you can walk, or if consistently you can then buy those two foods earlier on, and then, like you say, prepare your meals prior. By the time that lady in the office is passing around with a small chai, you know, your smoky mandazi and everything, already your mind is straight to, I have something that I'm working towards. And I like the fact that you say, having that big why. So I'm sure for most of us, we have come out with something. And for that, we are very, very grateful, Liz. Thank you for making the time on a Friday evening when you would have been in Venice on a beach, sipping mimosa, that you've taken the time to come and inspire us and see how we can change the trajectory of our lives. And maybe one of the things we need to do every beginning of the year, to just have you back, or in the middle of the year, to then have a conversation of how are we doing? What have we achieved? Are we on track? So perhaps that is a conversation that we can take forward. But on behalf of the ladies, receive our sincere gratitude. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Christine. I had a lovely time, and I look forward to interacting more with the ladies.
Thank you, Liz. I will share all the details you want me to share with them, your contacts, the numbers you are comfortable with, the links. Just share with me on WhatsApp and I'll be able to share with them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. And back to the Savannah Hospital team, Celestine and your team, thank you so much for also making the time to empower us this evening. As Dr. Wachira said, we take care of everybody else. We often forget about ourselves. We need to take ourselves for those checkups. We take our beautiful BMWs and all these beautiful things that people we take care of. We need to find a way to make the time to also take care of ourselves. It is time for us to think about, even as part of our goals, when are you going to go for your pap smear, all these tests that we need to take. I mean, we're in our 30s again, 40s, 50s. We don't have the luxury to let time pass by without knowing what is happening in our bodies. So let's see how we can invest in that again. And Celestine, I see you over there. Thank you so much to your team. And we hope to keep working with you and to know more about the Savannah Hospital. Thank you, Celestine, and thank you, Dr. Wachira. So ladies, and to all of you, thank you so much. We have come to the end of our session. We have finished in good time. We were to finish at 8:30. Please feel free to let us know which other events you'd like us to put together, especially, it could be virtual, it could be physical, whatever theme it is that comes to your mind. Feel free to reach out to either me, Miriam, or Caro, and we see how we can continue to walk this motherhood journey together. I have seen some of you from your first pregnancy to your second pregnancy to your third husbands. So let's keep walking this journey together, because we haven't even gone to Miami on the boat for our 60th. So this journey is just in the middle. We have to keep walking together. So thank you so much for making the time. And we'll see you in the next event. We'll keep sharing the details, and I wish you all a fantastic weekend. Feel free to log out and say goodbye as you're leaving. And for the people who then signed up to get the link, I hope that when you get to listen to this, that you also give us your feedback on where we can improve and which other session you'd like us to put together. KP, I see what you've shared. We shall share Liz's contacts. I'll get the numbers or emails she wants me to share, and then we'll share on the Supamamas WhatsApp group and on the platform. Thank you, ladies. Have a fantastic weekend and happy Friday Day. Bye, everybody.
Thank you and bye, Christine.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Christine. Goodbye,
Bye,
everyone.
Mamoyo.
Good night.
Bye.
Good
Thank
night. Bye.
you.
Thanks,
Thank
Brenda.
you. Bye.
God bless you, Christine.
Welcome. Make sure to run tomorrow or walk or do something. Bye, ladies.